Oh my goodness. I literally just feel like a girl, a camera, a tripod, a light, a fisheye lens, and a dream. Literally humble beginnings, because everybody immediately right now is gonna go fuck with all of my content and blow me up, and I'm gonna go so viral because Jupiter's in Leo. And yeah, that's what's happening. And nobody's gonna tell me shit about this. Hello friends, welcome back. I'm so sorry for the hiatus. Like literally as I announced to the world, and by the world I mean like 45 of y'all. I think there's like 71 subscribers here who will hopefully all be tapped in, right? Anyways, this tiny ass little microphone. But this is gonna like flop. Oh, I found something. You guys are gonna love this. All eyes on me when I'm walking, no question about. I literally feel like Beyonce. Baby, I just wanna dance. I just wanna dance. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I apologize very, very much. Literally, I don't know. I filmed a video for the third week, or like the week prior to, or the week following when I announced that I would be posting weekly, and I just never edited it. I kind of hated it, and I don't know. At this point, I was like, let me just fucking refilm it. I have been going through a lot in a good way in terms of like my content, what I want to do, how I want to do it. I want to take my brand, my posting, all of that more seriously, because if y'all didn't know, in the prophecy, it was kind of destined that I was going to become like famous. Yeah, I don't make the rules. That's just what it says. Like, they told me about that, and yeah. But anyways, because of that, I've been doing a lot of thinking about my brand, how I want to do it, and yeah, I'm making some upgrades. It's about time I pursue my passions, like their possibilities, you know what I mean? So many people, and I guess we're just gonna get into the video at this point, but so many people will talk about their passions as if they don't exist, like as a concept. Like they talk about it like it's imaginary, and not even just that, they'll also act on it in that way. I'm victim to do this, and I think that like generally with how judgmental and horrible it is that we're living in a society where we're constantly being watched and constantly judged, literally, like you can't escape that shit, you know? If you were in a generation where, you know, you get bullied at school or whatever, and you can have all the hoo-ha whatnots in high school, but then go home to hopefully your safe, like, you know, family. But it's like you can't really do that anymore, because as soon as you get home, you have that damn phone, and that phone just has everyone constantly surveilling each other, constantly performing for each other, and it's sickening. I love Gen Z because I think we carry a lot of like the negatives to the internet, but also a lot of the benefits, in a sense. Like it's so cool to see kind of like a Gen Z renaissance right now, as the masses have been saying. Oh, that was scary. But like, I don't know, we're so creative, we're so cool, we're literally so smart. I'm not gonna ramble too much about like generational patterns and cycles and the psychologies of generations, because I don't want to. That's not what this video is about. But my point is kind of like, what was my point? Today's video. Anyways, since I have not been posting much, I'm trying to get back on it, and I want to express myself. I want to put myself out there as a creative, as everything I've ever imagined. And yeah, shout out Gen Z, shout out whatever the fuck else I was rambling on about. But the point is, I'm back better than ever, ready to cowabunga and get back to posting more consistently. Like I also said prior, I want to keep the videos to like a 20-minute maximum, because I rather like get my stuff out in doses. I don't do well with long, frustrating tasks, and if I record for like 40 minutes, I have to edit that shit. I can't afford an editor, nor do I really trust an editor, because I feel like I'm very particular. So yeah, but I'm back and better than ever. Today's episode is about self-love and what else? Self-love and ambition, I guess. Like burnout, self-love, ambition, that little trio. I feel like I have a lot to say and a lot to ramble about. But we're gonna go through that. My journey of self-love. I guess what started this whole idea and this whole prompt was the fact that I've noticed that so many people talk about self-love as if it's linear. Like, the thing that annoys me the most about these type of spaces and that type of content with like the self-help gurus and the pink pills and all of that is that they kind of just act as if like, you know, confidence and moving towards that is just this like linear journey. And then with these steps, with this idea, if you keep watching my videos, with this course, you can learn to love yourself and heal everything that's ever been done to you. There's a reason why, like, you know, a lot of psychologists don't like that type of content, because it's kind of misleading in the terms of like what the nature of self-love is, in my opinion. Because to me, self-love is just another branch of love. And love is a relationship. You can love to something. You can't really love without a subject. So you're always in relation to that subject. And a relationship, especially in terms of a relationship between two human beings, is very complex. It has ups and downs because humans are very complex. They're contradictory. We're very, very interesting creatures. And there's turbulence, and I think that the self-love narratives online right now are pretty reflective of the self-help shit from like every fucking like red pill, every fucking like dating advice shit on social media. There's a big parallel to how we're treating that, and people also treat like relationships in general are linear. But today I'm focusing on the self-love aspect of it. I could go on a whole rant about relationships another day if that interests you guys. Anyways, back to the podcast. So with that being said, my point is that self-love is way more than reading and journaling for X amount of time and getting X amount of results. We have to treat it for the relationship it is, because it is a relationship of love where the subject is yourself. And, you know, who really is yourself? Like, do you think that you can fully understand yourself in a way? Because you can't really abandon yourself. You can't not be with yourself at any time until you die, but then you're kind of gone too, like as a person, as a being. Like, people talk about the dead as if they've ceased to exist. So yeah, with that being said, it's like, okay, this is my scenario. This is what I'm in. I'm in a relationship with myself. You have to treat yourself like that. Treat yourself as if you're trying to treat the love of your life, because in a way, yourself is. You can't leave her. Treat yourself every day. Take care of yourself, compliment yourself, nurture yourself, date yourself, respect yourself. You have to treat yourself for the human you are. And I find myself in my deepest, darkest depressions when I kind of fail to remember that. And I fail to give myself the grace I deserve, fail to give myself the space and, you know, time that I deserve, and patience. But I'm happy to say that I feel like I've definitely reached to a different point. I definitely think that I'm at a space where I'm not as sad as I used to be. I don't hate being alone in my presence and my existence as much as I used to be. I laugh about how funny I am. I, you know, kite myself up. I be like kind of thinking I'm the shit. And you know, with a million like Leo placements, that's even more emphasized. But it wasn't always this way. I feel like for a very long time, I don't even think I could fathom that kind of relationship with myself. I think that also led me to having a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress, because there was never any like patience. Like, that turmoil I absorbed growing up because everyone was always losing their fucking mind growing up. That really like absorbed within me, and I think for a while I associated that with just the only state of being like possible, like always chaos, always moving things, and that led me into self-sabotage, that led me into putting myself into situations that I don't want to be in, the whole 9 yards of just projecting myself into everyone I am too, because I can't really feel comfortable with me. I think like it started off with trust, for sure. It started off with self-trust. It started off with just making sure that I was able to basically tell myself I'm like a conscious, like reliable person. You know, like it's one way to rely on yourself, but it's another thing to like not trust yourself internally. Like everything I was doing was literally motivated by some external source, and it was not fun. I didn't like it. I thought that's what I had to do, though. That's what I thought I needed. I thought I had to gain permission from some outside source before I could even allow myself to have a self-concept, because that's what I grew up hearing, essentially. You're just like not allowed to be a person. You can only be a vessel for all of our trauma and all of our bullshit. Yeah, not fun. Anyways, then after I got to the trust bit, I think it turned into self-respect. I think that was the second tier, where I think that like, I trusted myself enough to differentiate right from wrong, but I didn't really respect myself much. I'd use my judgment to just like fall into horrible loopholes, whether that was different coping mechanisms, trauma bonds, etc., and like literally let myself get dog walked in like the most insane ways. Like sometimes I think about like the things I never stood up for myself about, and I'm just genuinely so shocked, because I would never ever want to see another person treat themselves like this. I would never treat someone like that. Why would I treat myself like this? You know what I mean? Why would I tell myself like, you're okay to be treated like shit because what? There wasn't even a reason. If you do the work, yes, it's because someone told you that for a minute, and that's, weighing your conscience, that's kind of ingrained in you. It's a muscle that has memorized a specific behavior. But logically, just like morally, principally, I can't even see a reason as to why I would have wanted anyone to suffer that, unless they were like my worst enemy. And like, yeah, you also have to like yourself. On that note, it's like you can't even start this if you don't even have interest in liking yourself. Like, I want y'all to start like trying to have crushes on yourselves. You know what I mean? Like, tell yourself, be curious about you. Think of you, her, him, he, they as this neutral person that you have yet to have a proper relation to, because growing up everything was worked. And start being curious about yourself. Start liking yourself again. Start, having an interest in its highest light, because if you've dealt with not doing that for so long, everything's going to be doom and gloom, because you're living in that body, you're living that reality. But yeah, self-respect was definitely something I had to learn eventually. I had to tell myself that like, I kind of had to imagine myself as an inner child, as an inner adult, whatever, like me in the future, telling myself everything I do. I'm like, Ida, you're telling yourself to do that. Like, a really fucked up thing you can kind of do is every time you imagine yourself doing some sort of destructive behavior or harmful behavior and allowing yourself to do that, imagine yourself forcing your inner child to do that. So like, let's say it's like your fucking situationship that you can't leave, because I know that some of y'all. Imagine forcing your inner child, or imagine forcing your daughter to go back to a man or whatever who treats you that badly. That's literally what you're telling yourself. That's what you're doing yourself. It's invoking the same feeling, the same narrative, the same rules, the same systems. And you gotta cut that shit out. You genuinely have to cut that shit out. It's not helpful. You never ever will be able to be treated better, or ever be able to like allow yourself to be treated better, because You don't respect yourself. And that goes into self-deservingness and worthiness. Now that's like another sector that's very, very important. You have to genuinely believe that you are worthy of something good. Because deep down, a lot of y'all don't. I didn't for the longest time. Now I feel like I'm safe to say that I'm at a very good place. That goes up and down, you know. Different things invoke different reactions, but at the end of the day, still, you don't even believe that you are worthy or deserving of just basic human function, like just being human. And now what? You'll never ever ever be okay with anything because self-sabotage. I think like once you get those main things, and I feel like I could go on and on about all these things you need like neutrality, grace, patience, whatever, but at that point we'd go on and on. But you guys get the point. You have to treat yourself like the relationship you are. Think of yourself as this person, like your dream girl, your dream boy, your dream person. Think of that, and think as if you're courting that person. You're going out there and genuinely getting to know them, because low-key, the true love of your life is you. I'll say that again. Like, who else are you going to the grave with? That's all I gotta say. Anyways, I'm getting really tired, and Love Island is coming on soon. So this is the video for this week. I really, really hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy this format. I hope you guys are interested, sharing, boom, boom, boom. And I hope to make... Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, my video literally cut out at the end, but I need to give you guys a proper goodbye. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this new setup. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share to everyone you ever know. And I will see you guys next week. Fingers crossed.
It's gonna be a good